Hi there, this is my model Taylor. What I'm going to be doing with her today is we're going to give her a really nice semi-permanent colour with a copper undertone, just to give a really good shine to the hair. And then afterwards we're going to be shaping up the haircut, taking a little bit shorter at the back, retaining with the length at the front. That way she's able to tie it up. And she's got naturally curly hair, so when it's curly, she'll have a good amount of length, and when it's straight, it will sit nicely as well. I'm going to get started with the colour. I'm just doing a shampoo with the Bliss Sublime shampoo, which is part of the Metavita range. It's for smoothing down the hair and giving a really nice shine and getting rid of any frizziness. And then later, once I've rinsed this out, I'll follow by doing a Bliss Sublime treatment with a booster, which is to help smooth the hair and make it feel nice and silky. And now we're just going to leave the treatment on for 5 minutes just to nourish into the hair, while Taylor just sits back here and relaxes. But again, what we're doing with Taylor is last time when she had a cut, they just shaved the hair at the back. So what I'm going to do is just really take some weight out of there with the razor so she can slowly grow that down and stop it from being so full, because Taylor's got quite thick hair and goes quite puffy. So what we want to do is that as this grows, it will basically not bulk out too much. And then after we've thinned that out, we'll be taking the baseline of the haircut at the back. So I'm just caressing over with the razor just a little bit and just taking some of the weight out of it, so that way when it does grow, it's not going to grow too heavy on the hair. So, and that, say, also if she ties it up, it comes up quite nice and soft on the hair. Yeah, I think that's enough now. Do you want to have a little feel of that, Taylor? A little bit lighter? Yeah, good. Okay, we're going to take the baseline of the haircut. We're just going to take basically about a good 1.5 inches to the back, and really through the front, we're going to basically hardly take anything off. And then once we finish, then we're going to actually blow dry the hair nice and straight. And then I'll just have to go through and fix Taylor's layers on top, because there's a bit of unevenness and weight there, just so it makes her easier for when she styles her hair at home. Okay, we're just going to comb it down and just create our baseline, like so, and then just follow through to the left and then also to the right, and that will become our base of our haircut. Going to check they're nice and even. And yes, of course they are. Take our next section. We're taking it in quite large sections because the hair has quite a few layers through the top. So it's not as thick as it would be normally if the hair was totally already one length. We're just going to use our baseline, which is just under there. And now we've got our baseline at the back. Then we're going to follow it through the sides, but we're going to aim to keep a lot more length towards the front. I'm just going to spin the chair around a little bit. Take our section. Okay, we're taking a section from the front and also from the back, which we're going to follow the back towards the front, but we're going to retain as much length at the front as possible, because Taylor wants to keep that length, and I want to be happy as well. So I'm just going to tilt their head slightly to the side, and I'm using that as my guide, keeping that angle there. So we've got our base there. I'm just going to follow it through, keeping the length at the front. We're creating a frontal base, keeping all the length. Take our next section and we'll follow it through on our guide. Now that's the left side complete as far as the baseline is concerned, and then we're going to follow through on the right side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the section diagonally, so make sure that we keep plenty of length up front. So we're going to create our baseline for the front, following through the back of our base and keeping it directed downwards. And now that we've got our base, we'll take our next section and follow that through. You can see our nice baseline clearly, and we'll just follow that through. So we're just finishing off this section now, and then we're going to start blow drying it. And after we've blow dried it, we're going to cut into the hair, so when Taylor goes to blow dry her hair, it's going to make her life easier because it'll be less weight when she runs her fingers through her hair. I'm just going to move the chair. The promise kept. I'm just going to be using a little bit of Liss Sublime, which is a thermo protector and also a hair straightening product on Taylor's hair. I'm going to use a couple of pumps of it just to help smooth down the hair and get rid of any frizziness. So I'll just grab it, work it into my hands, and then I'm just going to rub it through the hair from roots to ends, and then followed by, I'm going to be using a little bit of Substance, which I'll show you, which is just a moisturizer, which I'm going to use just on the very ends of the hair, just to add that little bit more moisture to the hair. That's the Substance, which I'm going to use one pump of that just onto the ends of the hair, just to a bit of extra nourishment. And then I'm just massaging it into the hair. I've used that one pump through. And then I usually pick up my brush just to get really good even coverage on the hair. And then I'll start by blow drying the hair. I'll just take a little bit of excess water out, and then I'll use a bristle brush to smooth out the hair, because I find bristle brushes with a nice hot hair dryer, it makes the hair nice and smooth. It's almost the same as if you're ironing linen, that you've got to use a hot iron and you've got to have it in the right direction, and that way it ends up nice and smooth. Okay, what we're doing now, we're just going to cut into the ends of the hair just to take a little bit of weight in there. We're taking quite deep incisions just to take a little bit of the bulk out of the hair, like so. Just so it just makes it a lot easier when Taylor does her hair. So we just take that out, and we're just going to continue that all the way around, feeling it as we do it, because you don't want to overdo it and you don't want to underdo it. And that will also give nice movement to the hair, and also when Taylor wears her hair curly, the ends will fall down nice and softly rather than falling sort of like a big blob down the bottom. So move to the other side. And just continuing it through this side. And also this is a good way of also eliminating a lot of split ends without taking hardly any length off the hair. Take a bit more out of here because I feel it feels just a tad heavier. Let's just lighten that up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to check over the layers on top, because with Taylor's hair there was a bit of unevenness of the layers and the weight, so we just want to try and even that up so it feels a lot lighter all the way through. Just combing all the hair up, so that way when it falls down, it falls in softly. Bring it all the way up. And as you can see, there's a bit of a weight line there and there's another line there, so we're just going to eliminate that and blend that in. it again. Okay, so we're just taking a bit of weight out of the hair, just evening it up with the layers that were there from before and keeping it nice and soft. So when it falls down nicely so there's no hard lines. So when you go like that, everything just falls softly into one another. So she wears it smooth, it goes nice and smooth, and when she wears it curly, the curls fall in softly. And what we're going to do is we're going to blend in the sides. I always take about an inch around the hairline, so we're not taking any weight from the hairline, and then an inch above the ear, taking away the hair. And then after that, lifting it all up to blend it in. We can see where our spot was from before, so we're just going to blend that in and just take that weight out of it. But as we take the weight out going towards the front, we go slightly longer, so we're not taking too much out of the hair. And then we do a couple of deep incisions, just to soften it out, and then we drop it down, letting the hair fall into one another so it feels lighter. And then we'll just follow it through on the other side. Same rule, take about an inch around the hairline of hair away, and an inch above the ear, and combing it all up. And the reason we comb it all up, so when it falls down, everything falls softly. I'm just going to take that little bit out of there, keeping it longer towards the front, and blending in the section there. And then dropping it down and combing it through. It all falls into one another. You just got that nice looseness with the layers, like so. And that way you can also tuck it behind and throw that over, which falls in softly, even on both sides. Just bringing it like that with the hair. Now Taylor, if you would be so kind, put your hands through your hair and see how that feels to you.